I remember in high school, I wanted to start going to the gym so I can get jacked, put on muscle, and start attracting girls. Because at the time, I was kind of just a skinny little weeb. And I asked my mom to sign me up to a local gym membership. And bro, I'm telling you, when I went, I had no fucking idea what I was doing, legit. In my previous body transformation video, I said this, bro, I would go to a random resistance machine. I would read the instructions, but like, okay, so hand here, like here, pull, push, cool. Do like 5 reps and go home and just repeat that. I remember I was too scared to go to the freeway area because the guys there looked at me and they're like, oh no, what did they beat me up? And I remember at the time, I was thinking to myself, I wish I had some video that answered all my questions, like what to actually do when I'm at the gym, what should I wear, what should I be eating, what kind of mindset should I have, etc. So today, I'm gonna give you the exact video that I wish I had back then to answer all your questions. I'm gonna cover things like attire, what things you should be eating, what things you should be training, and what kind of mindset you should have. Firstly, I wanna talk about attire, because when I started going to the gym, I was so paranoid and worried about what to actually wear, because I was scared people looking at me, judge me, I don't want to stick out like a sore thumb. I ended up asking my mom to take me to Sports Direct and buy me some stuff. Looking back at it now with hindsight, as someone who's been training consistently for years, almost every day, I can tell you right now, no one cares what you wear. Like a lot of the time people think people are looking at them, when in reality, no one's looking at you. You're just some dude in the background to most people. So what you wear does not matter as long as it's something you can comfortably train in, something you can perform in, and that's it. If you want advice on what to wear to look good in the gym, then I would advise you to wear something like a plain t-shirt and some joggers. What I'm wearing right now is a Primark t-shirt and Nike Academy joggers. I think that's what they're called. I'll have them linked in the description in case you want to buy them. I'm not a sponsor or affiliate, just the ones I personally find the most comfortable. You can also wear something like a tank top and some shorts. What I'm wearing right now is a Primark tank top and some Gymshark shorts that I bought for £10 because they were on sale, but you can get the exact same quality from Primark, to be honest. For shoes, the only shoes you actually need for the gym is anything with a flat base. These can be Converse or Vans. The shoes I wear the most personally are these knockoff Converse I bought from John Lewis for £20, and these beat up Vans that I wear all the time. These have given me the most comfort personally, and that's because most running shoes like Air Maxes, Yeezys, Ultra Boosts, etc. have a lot of cushioning around the heel area, so they have your foot at a bit of an unbalance because they're designed for running. Meaning when it's time for weightlifting, doing things like deadlifts and squats, they leave you at a bit of an imbalanced position, which is why it's important to get a pair of flat base shoes, which you probably already have somewhere in the house, I can promise you. You can go to Primark and get some for like less than £10. And just don't go overboard. Like a lot of the time I see people when they want to go to the gym, they start out and they go to JD Sports and Foot Asylum and buy like Nike Tech Ultra Boost Birth by Sleep fucking 2023 new apparel and go all out and just buy a bunch of stuff that's mostly for fashion rather than, you know, actual performance. Because I'm telling you, all the clothes I wear are from Primark and sometimes Gymshark. That's all I wear in the gym. Like these outfits you see here cost less than £20. So remember, just buy something that you feel comfortable in, something that you think you look good in. That's all that matters. And when it comes to actual training, what should you be doing at the gym? When I started out, my goal was to attract girls, so it was primarily bodybuilding type training, where it was focused on putting on muscle mass and muscle size in an aesthetic position. So if that's your goal as well, then I advise you to follow this push-pull legs program. I'll have it on screen right now, and there'll be a link in the description if you want to download it, have it on your phone, and carry it with you in the gym. It's a very simple, basic exercise. I'll go over it very quickly. The push is short for chest, shoulder, and triceps. And it includes things like bench press, lateral raise, skull crushers and dips. Pull is back biceps, and that includes barbell rows, bicep curls, shrugs and pull-ups. And legs is lower body, and that includes barbell squats, hamstring curls, hip raises and calf raises. This is a very simple program, and it's not the most efficient, but it's the most basic, the easiest to understand, and the one most people can stick to, because all the exercises are very easy to follow. And if you're someone who's just starting out, I would highly advise you just get this push-pull leg plan, follow it and stick to it for a few months, maybe a year even, and then from there on choose what muscles group you want to focus on the most. But for now, this is a perfect beginner program that I advise everyone just starting out to follow. And when you do it, make sure you warm up. And when you warm up, all you gotta do is just some ab exercises to warm up your core, as well as arm rotations to warm up your shoulder joints and your shoulders. And now we have dieting. The first advice I'm going to give you is something you probably already know, so I'm not going to waste too much time on it, which is to increase your protein intake. What protein is used for muscle synthesis, so it's important to eat a lot of it, roughly 1 gram per pound for body weight. The best sources of protein are things like chicken thighs and minced beef and eggs. I personally prefer chicken thighs over chicken breasts because A, they're easier to cook, they tend to come out much juicier in comparison to chicken breasts, which are often very dry, as well as they basically have the same nutritional value. And also, I would advise you to invest in some protein powder, which may seem expensive at first. They usually cost something between 30 to 50 pounds depending on the brand, but the one I use personally is called PBN, and it's 31 pounds, and that gives you 76 servings. And if you do the maths, one protein shake comes down to 50 pence or less. So when you divide it like that, it's such a bang for your buck. Plus, it's such a convenient way to increase your daily protein intake without having to consume too much food, because I know a lot of people tend to struggle with that. Some people can't eat too much. So for that, protein intake is a lifesaver. Plus, they taste really nice as well. And the second advice I'm going to give you is to eat single ingredient meals. Now, I don't mean to eat like 1 carrot for lunch, 1 potato for dinner, because I've heard that advice in high school. That's what I thought it meant. Jesus, I'm such a fucking idiot. But yeah, the idea behind this is you pick all the single ingredients for your food. So chicken, rice, vegetables. I know it's a very basic meal, you don't necessarily have to eat that exactly, but the idea is because you're picking all single ingredients, you know exactly what you're consuming, you're not having too much fat, and that helps you keep your calorie intake at a sufficient level without eating too much or too little. And that's something me and a lot of people find very convenient, and it's healthy, which, you know, kind of helps. And if you want some quick recipes, the ones I personally eat the most, the first recipe is chicken and rice. The way I cook it is I get some chicken thighs, I put some seasoning on top. This can be Schwartz seasoning or any chicken seasoning, get from Tesco, Walmart, etc. Put it on top, put it at the bottom, put it in the air fryer or the oven for 20 minutes, get it out and ready to eat. Then make some rice. NANI? All you gotta do is to put the rice in a pot, rinse it 5 times, let it sit in cold water 5 minutes, and cook it on a medium flame. Have 2 cups of water per 1 cup of rice. And this usually comes out really nice, really fluffy. The chicken's well seasoned and have it in the same plate. But another thing you can do is to get some minced beef, put it in a frying pan, mix it with some chopped tomatoes, cook it in the frying pan, then cook some raw pasta and put them together. Tastes really nice. Maybe add some cheese on there if it's not tasty enough. You get a sufficient meal with the high protein, high carbs, as well as tastes very good. And lastly, we have mindset. What kind of mentality should you have when you get to the gym? You see, it took me so long to actually commit to going to the gym because I never saw myself as someone who goes to the gym. I never saw myself as an athlete. I viewed myself as a geek, a bit of a weeb, etc. And in a book called Atomic Habits by James Clear, it says that for a habit to be reinforced to a high level, you need to first identify yourself as someone who does that habit, and then do actions to reinforce that new belief. So when you come to the gym, what you need to do is to identify yourself as someone who goes to the gym, as someone who wants to improve themselves, someone who trains consistently, and then do actions every day to help reinforce that behavior by going to the gym, by eating protein, etc. And the more you do it, the more you begin identifying yourself as someone who goes to the gym consistently. And by doing this, you now go to the gym without using any willpower or discipline. It's just a habit, just something that you do. And for example, me right now, it's harder for me to take a day off than it is to actually go to the gym. Like going there is like muscle memory. I just wake up, yeah, get changed, go to the gym, blah, blah, blah. It's part of my routine. I just have it engraved in there so hard, like some sort of a hygiene standard. So for you, that's what you gotta do. Start identifying yourself as someone who goes to the gym and do actions every day to reinforce that belief. And also, just speak to people there, bro. Like I know when I first started, I was so scared and intimidated by people at the gym, and don't want to approach anyone. But in reality, like fucking surprisingly, people there don't bite. You know what I mean? But for example, let's say there's someone who's using a machine that you want to use. Just feel free to approach them and ask, "Yo, bro, how many sets do you have left?" Like, well, worst case scenario, he says, "Oh, my bad, I just started, sorry," and you have to go to a different machine. Best case scenario, maybe make a new friend. Know what I mean? And you doing this constantly does kind of help to improve your social skills as well, because you're adapting your brain to be able to speak to strangers with minimal hesitation. Plus, because you're used to speaking to the people there, you're not feeling more comfortable at the gym, which obviously is a massive win-win. And that's everything for this video. Hopefully I covered everything. If you have any questions, feel free to put them down in the comments down below. I'll be more than happy to help. If you like private coaching or custom programs, feel free to email me at the first email in the description. If you find this video helpful, please do like and subscribe. It doesn't cost you a thing, but massively helps me out. And thank you so much for your time and attention. I do really appreciate it. Take care, and I'll see you in the next video.